I'm done apologizing. I am done being persecuted for my strength. You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do.
No, I wasn't going to do this one because you wanted the truth. But then I said, fuck it, let's have a little fun like Dr. Seuss. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4, 5 shots, 6 shots, 7 shots before, 8 shots, 9 shots, then a few extra shots more because why the fuck not? I'm feeling zen and wanted to go over 10 rounds with Eminem just to write some lore. Which I went through just to show him and the rest of the rap game that what I've got in store. Like I was the owner of a gun shop that's attached to the back of a Mac with a gun rack, plowing through the shell casings left behind while doing a rifle exchange as the truck takes the next exchange on the way to your death since I'm carving this beat up like the Louisiana Purchase. Call Ryan, Lewis, and Clark. Can't figure out where you went. Obviously, I only mentioned what was on clearance because I couldn't afford to waste the premium rounds on them. But I still sailed through the various sails like a sailor who's been watching Sailor Moon while navigating the 7 seas to the stars and the heavens and the light of the sailor's moon as he recites the different kinds of sails that have a mast since before he grew past the age of 7 and became more despicable than Gru plus his main minions Bob and Kevin. That's why Eminem quickly saw his end and was sent back to hell because by the time I was done telling him off the top of my dome, I made sure he was buried more than 6 feet below the floorboards of the storage area right behind the garage attached to my home down in Rome before throwing down a welcome rug at the door like it was his tombstone because I'm writing a tome to explain how I drained Slim of his red cells after I was done severing the carotid artery like I just cut a tied up stack of ties, then chopped him into Reese's Pieces so fast it's making you peanut butter. Since I'm not just walking on him like a doormat, I'm parking my carcass over the dead ass of this deadbeat asshole, trying to beat people dead to the beat like the bastard that he was, dead ass. Since I got bored and wanted to show the Bogart and whore that I had enough of his antics in the lab since they were getting older than antiques like a Victorian-era chest of drawers. So I assassinated him. Well, what do you plank? I would let you get away with your treatment of me and everyone else like Fab for that matters. Not as easy now without your Fab 4. I've never appreciated bullies, let alone a gang, so don't get me pissed off because I got more in store for all of you like a combination music studio, candy maker shop, butchers, and patisserie above the lot that's pumping out beats and beef as if it were sweets and treats. I don't care if I made this grandpa get pissed and hate me. He's gonna be sorry and start missing his old life in the trailer park in the back lot at the trailer park located at 8 Mile. So much he's gonna pack up and relocate to Detroit because I'm leaving a trail of your blood for 8 miles. So much that it's like I'm dragging your body away from the scene of a forceful act of coitus as perpetrated by a hyperactive serial killer rapist Smarty that was so hard that ultimately it led to you becoming dead. So bad they're going to be like, fuck the doc, you're going to need a surgeon since this guy just urgently finished them like the remainder of a fish dish made from sturgeon and cod at a buffet while surgeon on adrenaline yesterday with a smile. So much it put him to sleep for good like Odin ODing on Benylin since he's been lying in wait to tell him to his face along with wait. If you're so good, why do you got a list of songwriters attached to your tracks like it's the end of credits for 8 Mile? Because I can see you be lying like a date pretending to be a plum because I'm not that dumb. You're not some rap god with a blue eyes. You're just a blonde-haired bitch fraud. Now get struck like a lightning rod from Zeus because you went to war with Kratos on a quest to be fighting the gods. Because I know my lines are stuck in your brain like Indiana Jones caught in a trap since I got everyone bumping to them raps from here to Indiana. So much they're jonesing for another hit of me whipping you a bit with another hit I whipped up quickly while sitting at my computer desk due to it being my destiny to whoop your ass till at least leaves a shit stain in your underwear like a fess as best as possible while I shield myself from the probable fallout because I'm just waiting for all of you in the game to shout out, you better never call me out by name. But I don't care because he's been running around with a little posse of rhyming psychos constantly going harder than a hardcore version of A Hard Knock Life by going home to home without knocking and attacking everybody with their tracks like they're Michael Myers meets Mike Myers character Dr. Evil, coming up with arduous schemes and plans to kill every child and woman and man that they can, as if it were A Clockwork Orange for far too long. It's about time somebody showed him that poor whore ran his mouth off too much in his songs. Because now he's dealing with me, the love child of the tortured pedophile Freddy Krueger and the maniacal inventophile John Kramer. Because, bitch, you're going to be in jigsaw pieces with my dream after I cut you up with a jigsaw in front of their nephews and nieces, since I trained my jaw to tear into you like a chainsaw with the flow and beat, just so I can have everybody from your street to the cell block knowing, like Chris Hansen, that it's time for you to take a seat and play the game as if it were Jumanji, because clearly you didn't realize what your moves would do to you, man, plus everybody else around you, did you, G? Because you did not realize, like the rest of these guys, that there's give and take to every move you make, since it's kept alive by the energy we all feed into it, and you wonder why you bring me dishonor and shame, since you continue to do the same things that you do to hurt people due to you having no honor and shame. About the fact that you've had people going, Your Honor, I know this will sound crazy, but that wretched Slim Shady made me do it. I know that sounds far-fetched and lame, but I was never like this until he came on the scene like a dirty, perverted exhibitionist with an erection, staring at you through the window, watching you record him play with his dickhead just so you can post a video on social media because you're more addicted to the attention than stopping the chaos instead. And then you wonder why some say you've all lost your marbles. Either that or you're more retarded than a Down syndrome kid covered head to toe in tar and feathers, clucking about like a chicken that's got fucked by Floyd Mayweather while wearing a Bill Cosby sweater in the middle of May during some good weather, just to prove that he is better than everybody else in the ring.